God. You nailed that one.
Yeah. I'm getting better and better as I try to freak
good.
people out with it.
Well, once you get past the uncanniness of hearing it for the first time, it starts to become just
Then it's just my normal voice.
Then it's just like good.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cute voice.
I'm just a little gamer girl.
Yeah, not quite.
I'm just a little gamer girl.
There it is.
Oh God, that's so good. That's so adorable.
Just such a like.
There's just a delicacy to it.
Video game is Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus.
God.
Because I love Bentley. Because I also have glasses.
I gotta get more practice. Well, also my throat is just every time we do one of these, and it's something I gotta like, I guess look into, because every time I record or do anything, my throat just explodes with like saliva and like grossness. And I'm like, hey, I'm trying to sound and be cute over here. Can you stop like ruining my agenda?
Yeah, no, I can relate.
Because I record
as I take
anything,
a big swallow.
And I'm over here and I'm like, yeah, so I just really like talking about Sonic the and like that's my entire recording.
Yeah, it turns into
it.
I just really like talking about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh, I'm hooked on Sonics.
Hooked on Sonics.
Look at this Koopa Trooper ripoff. What's going on over here?
They got some brief Nintendo envy when they were making this level. Oh, we're trying to make a platformer, but how can we beat the kings?
How can we beat Shigeru?
How can we beat Shiggy himself?
MC
We
Shiggy.
can't.
You gotta go back.
Yeah, that's what
No,
I'm thinking.
you gotta go back to the Koopa Man. You gotta go back to where that guy was.
Really?
Follow the linear path.
But they...
Also, these are bones you're crawling on.
Oh my God. Sly's idle head animation just looked very like... Wait. Oh my God.
Was that...
These...
Are these real? Bentley, are these real?
They're very real, Sly. I remember obtaining them back in 1936. I was the one who laid these bones and made the schematics for the bone climbers.
Is that what
Realer
they're
than I'll
officially
ever feel in my gender identity, Sly. They were officially named the bone climbers in the blueprints.
Whoa, Bentley, I'm sorry.
I mean, it was fine. It was just a branding issue. I've come up with better names, sure, but I'm not like losing sleep over it. You know?
No, Bentley, I mean, like, that sounds like a traumatic experience.
It was just a name, Sly. I don't know why you're getting so up in a tizzy about.
You're such an SJW.
Yeah, you think I'm such a sensitive Sally like you are.
I'm not some kind of snowflake.
I'm not gonna piss my shorts over a name.
Haley, I hate what we've become.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Listen, I'm not in any control over the directions these bits take. Cause, you know, at the end of the day. Oh?
Guys, don't look. Don't look, I forgot my pants.
I'm
don't look,
very
I forgot my
sensitive
pants.
about losing my pants.
Oh,
It's been a
jeez.
recurring nightmare.
Okay,
That's why
question.
I only wear shorts, Sly.
Pissy shorts.
Have you ever actually had like a cliche nightmare before?
Oh, like all your teeth falling out or something?
Okay, no, that's actually horrifying. And yes, I've had those before. I hate those. I'm talking like cartoon level cliche, like I lost my pants and forgot my homework when I went to school, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had one of those babies?
No, I had. So the nightmare I had, it was a recurring nightmare where I was, on a cliff face somewhere, and my whole family was asking me to jump into the water.
Oh shit.
And then I do jump into the water, and then the cliff is gone and I'm in the open ocean, and then a group of sharks start circling me, and then they pop their heads out of the water, and there's a shark that is representative of each of my family members.
Oh god.
And then they all pull out pistols and sing a song.
Hey, what?
Yeah, and they started singing a song, and then I took one of their pistols and I shot them one by one.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I also had a dream where I went into my parents' bedroom and my brother, my mother, and my father were laid in bed with the sheets pulled up to their like necks and their little hands peeking over. And but as I was talking to them, all of their noses and chins gradually got longer and longer and longer.
Ew, no! I hate even thinking about that. That sucks.
Yeah, my brain gives me lots of creative and original presents to anguish over.
I've had some weird dreams. One of the silliest nightmares I've ever had, and I say silliest because in the moment it registered as like one of the most horrifying things I've ever experienced. But then I woke up and instantly I was like, what the fuck? Like, that wasn't scary at all. Why was I so horrified? And here's exactly what it is, like beat for beat, from what I remember. And I remember most of it because it was so surreal. But okay, weird. Oh, cool, thanks. So essentially, this is like in one of my early childhood homes, bedrooms. I had like an old like CRT TV and a PlayStation 2 hooked up to it. And the dream is what? What?
Oh.
What?
I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
You said this was in your early childhood home and then everything went dark.
Oh, okay. So early childhood home, early childhood bedroom, like old CRT TV, PlayStation 2 hooked up to it.
Classic.
This is the scene. I get home. I'm very excited to play a new Ultra Lord video game. Like Ultra Lord,
Sheen?
Jimmy Neutron, Sheen, Ultra Lord.
Good.
They had like made a video game spin-off of the show, I guess, and it was an Ultra Lord game. I walk into my room, and some Jerry Golb looking ass, gross dude is sitting there playing the game. And I kid you not, I was horrified. Like, actually, like, real terror. And I just start going like, no. I'm like, stop! Like, he's just sitting there playing this game like wife beater shirt, like Cheeto dust all over him, not an exaggeration, like
really
the most like stereotype gross nerd looking dude. And it was horrifying. And he was just sitting there playing my video game, and I'm like, no! And then I wake up, like, in a terror. I wake up from it. It's so scary. And then I'm like, huh, what? Like, that was my exact thought process. Like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, that wasn't, excuse me?
I'm sorry?
And I was like maybe 10 or 12 at the time, and I've never forgotten it to this day because it was a nightmare. It completely within my mind and heart and soul registered as a scary dream, a nightmare, something to the point where I woke up, but I could not tell you why. I could not even begin to tell you why I found that so existentially horrifying.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, but in terms of legit nightmares, Yeah, I've had a few doozies. One very early one was pretty simple, but it's pretty horrifying. I was like hanging out in the living room with like some friends. They were just like hanging out, and I was like, "Hey, let's play a board game. I'm gonna go get a board game." And then like I open up the living room closet, and I just like I don't see it because like it's like the camera in my dream like the viewpoint separates from my body, and I'm looking at myself in the third person. So I don't see what's inside, but I just know that it's like a terrifying entity. Just like I just know that there's like this terror inside of this closet. And in classic nightmare fashion, try to scream, can't. Just my voice is gone. And then I get dragged inside the closet, and then bones fly out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's a little bit silly, but it's also scary.
It's silly, but like as a kid, like genuinely horrifying. That was an early one.
Okay, if we're talking about nightmares now, I've had, my thing now is like, I'm an adult, like I'm a big kid now, right? And so it takes quite a bit for me to awaken in a start, right? Like,
right.
Like, cause I've played horror games and watched the scary movies and like, it's
you've been around the block with the frights.
Yeah, like I've seen some shit. Like I'm a grown ass adult, so like it takes quite. Are there floating arms in that soup?
I guess
that's spooky.
That's spooky.
So all right, so yeah, but like I won't go into what frightens me now because it's like inappropriate to talk about.
Inappropriate. I'd assume like existential in some way.
Like train spotting levels of horror.
Yeah.
So I'm like not going into that, but there was one dream that still kind of gets me. Like when I think about it. And then Jurassic World 2 came out and they ripped off my nightmare.
Oh god.
And it's I had a dream when I was a kid that there was a velociraptor from Jurassic Park in my room.
Oh.
And it wasn't doing anything. It was just sitting there, but I could hear it breathing. And
was it playing your Ultra Lord video game?
Yeah, right. In a wife beater with Cheeto dust. And it was like Alan. But no, it was just standing there. Like just standing there in the middle of my room, my childhood bedroom, and I was asleep, and I wake up, and it's one of those dreams that's like, it's so vivid and accurate that you're like, this is real life.
Right.
And so I like see it there, and I'm like, hidden in my bed, and I try to call for my mom, and classic nightmare, like just come.
Yeah, can't do it. You go.
Yeah. And so I get out of bed, which is probably the bravest thing I've ever done in a nightmare.
Right.
And I get out of bed and I go to the velociraptor and I like reach out to touch it. And like, it's not moving at all. It's just making like breathing noises. And so I'm
Weird.
like, is it a friend velociraptor? And I touch its muzzle. And as soon as my hand touches it, it snaps at my hand, and then I wake up.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. Real creepy, real scary.
That's eerie. That's like directed horror. Like that's very.
And that's when I realized I was a director.
I was gonna say like all the dreams you've told me, the two of them, very like specific chain of events.
Yes. All of my dreams have like a sort of weird narrative to them.
Yeah, like a weird like logic, like narrative logic to them. I noticed based on the examples. Mine have always been wildly disconnected, scene to scene. There was like I'm trying to think of like I'm having a hard time thinking of more like specific like nightmare examples. I know there was one actually relatively recently that involved like being trapped in the house with like a swarm of like locusts flying around, like swarming the outside of my house. Yeah.
Yikes.
Wild shit. Have you
it
already
goes
done this
back.
one? Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's, oh, this is the beginning.
I think you missed one in the first area over on the right.
I'm gonna look at the map, hold on. There's 3 of them. Okay,
Yeah, there's one over to the right.
on the right,
there.
Lair of the Beast. Okay, I'll
Oh,
go there.
that's the one that won't make sense now that you've let the beast out.
I guess not. Let's do it.
Oh, not that we've done this one. This is the piranha one.
Wait.
It's over to the right there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Going for the 3-do. That was my way of saying hundo.
I love that
3.
slidey technique. It's one of my faves.
Oh yeah, the sliding is fun.
Um,
But yeah, on the subject of just like dreams in general, my dreams, I haven't made a point to remember a lot of them lately. I want to reach a point where I have the remembering power in my mind to keep a dream journal and like start to remember them more. Because I've always been very into the concept of like lucid dreaming, and that's for the average person, that's a big prerequisite, is like actually being able to remember the shit. But I haven't yet. But there have been periods of time where I would do stuff like that, and so I remember more dreams from those periods of time than I do the average dream. Of course, I'm not one to say that I don't have dreams, because I'm a pretentious person, and I'm like, well, I know that factually everybody has at least a couple dreams a night. They just don't remember them. So that's just,
I
try to be very specific about that in my language, but I've also had just very trans-ass dreams.
Yes, I was about to talk about, let's talk about trans-ass dreams.
Yeah.
I was about to recount the first trans-ass dream I ever had. And just for context, for y'all normies out there, I guess, in SnapCube
Normie land.
In Normie land.
Oh, you sugar plum fairies.
You sugar plum fairies. So like the nature of a trans-ass dream, how would you describe it, Penny? Of just like the euphoric sensation of being like, and
for me specifically, for me specifically, it was always the promise of achieving that euphoria cut off right at the climax.
Yes.
The most frustrating thing in the world.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think it has something to do with the fact that I would get so physically exuberant and excited about it that I would wake myself up because
well, because you want to, like, you start like
sad.
focusing on it, and you're like, and then as you focus on it, your body is like, I'm not like awake right, or I'm not awake right now. This isn't real, and then you start waking up because you're so excited.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
And then you like try to go back to sleep, and you're like, please let me have the same dream again.
Yeah. But you can't even sleep. I can go into my experience with that, but you lead us off with what you wanted to talk about.
Well, my first like trans-ass dream ever was definitely it was a hoot and a half.
Right.
But I was really into Kim Possible at the time, right?
Oh my God, you're speaking my language.
Yeah, dating myself a little bit. My first actual crush was on Shigo, so. That speaks to who I am as an individual more than anything I could ever say.
I used to play Kim Possible with some of my childhood friends a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Sorry.
The good old days.
Fond memories. But yeah, so Kim Possible, and so it was this dream I had, and I remember like certain details more than anything else, but it was Bonnie from Kim Possible was like promised me that she could make me a girl, and then Shigo, who was a wood sculpture of Shigo mounted on the wall, told me that she was lying to me and that I shouldn't believe her. And oh dear, Penny, you're a brave one.
Risky needles. Okay.
Risky needles over here. But yeah, no, but then as it turns out, Shigo was lying and Bonnie was able to go through with it. And I did have like a solid
diversion.
5 minutes of Dreamtown where I was just blissfully a girl and it was really nice. Right. And I think that was the last time I ever had a dream where it like lingered long enough for me to actually enjoy it. So that I do have fond memory, specifically of wood carving Shigo, sentient talking wood carving Shigo mounted on a wall.
Okay, Mike, why?
I don't fucking know, man. Like, I was just like, my brain was like, yeah.
Carved out of wood.
Carved out of wood, mounted on the wall.
That's the angle.
Like a sort of bootstrap Bill Shigo situation.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was that.
She would always say, "Wouldn't you like to know the truth?" You would say, "Shut up."
Shut up, Wood Shigo.
Shut up, Wood Shigo. Wouldn't it be not? Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
Go away.
It would. It would. Stop making fun of me for my gender identity.
Yeah, I had a couple of those as a kid. I can't remember the first one, but I remember a couple key ones. One of them was actually, God, you know, it, and this is what I wanted to get into. Really the sort of the woe is me angst like angle, because I realized at a certain point how sad it was that there was a pattern going on with my dreams where it was around the same time, like I said, where I really started getting into the concept of lucid dreaming, specifically because I wanted to be able to make myself a girl in my dreams.
Golly gee willikers. Penny, can I just say I've never related to you more?
Yeah, this is a very riveting conversation for me because I don't often talk about this. But
yeah. And what better venue than in front of thousands of people?
Yeah, what better venue than publicly?
I love it.
Yeah, but where am I going? Hold on,
there.
Let me get my bearings first. Right there?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, is this the other?
It's a shooty game.
Well, it's a shooty one. Well, hey, you know, that'll maybe.
Man, this is one of those moments where my dyslexia gives me a wonderful gift, because it says the ghastly voyage, but my brain said the chastity voyage.
You know, a kid's game.
A kid's game.
Remember, kids, abstinence is the key. Abstinence is key. Not out of wedlock.
What was it? Yeah, so
yes.
It was around the time where I was wanting to get into lucid dreaming, and I learned about the concept of I think it was like something like dream signs or like dream triggers or something like that, where you would find a recurring pattern in your dream, and you would train your mind to recognize that as the sign that you would be dreaming. So like something like writing something down on a piece of paper, looking away and looking back and seeing that it had changed, because normally that happens in dreams. It doesn't have that like object permanence consistency. Like times on clocks will change if you look away from them, like writing and stuff will change. So like stuff like that, just like telltale signs that you are in a dream. Turns out mine was looking in a mirror and seeing a face I wanted to see, which was a constant. It was a constant. Like almost every time at a certain point when I was getting big into the lucid dreaming scene and like had that concept in my mind, like, okay, what you want to do is you want to find a discrepancy in your dream that does not exist in real life that can tell you that you're not awake right now.
Right.
And my brain registered that as, oh, when you look in a mirror and see you're a girl, you're gonna know, oh, hey, I'm not awake right now.
Yeah.
Which I, at the time, did not super read into, but looking back, I'm like, oh, man, that kind of sucks.
Oh.
Oh, zoinks.
Oh, zoinks, Scoob.
Yeah, so there was a couple. I have like 3 examples off the top of my head. Am I doing this right?
You gotta get those pillars.
Right? Yeah. 3 examples off the top of my head. First one, little more disconnected from the concept. It was like I had found like this potion store, and there was like a become a girl potion, and I was like, I'm gonna get that one. Long story short, it got to the point where I got my hands on it, drank it, woke up 2 seconds later. And then the second two were in this lucid dream phase where the first one had like a long prelude to it. Where I was like in my old middle school science classroom, but like the science classroom was also like a roller coaster. Like the classroom, the four-walled classroom was on a roller coaster track, and like there was no ceiling. And it was just moving along. And also we were like watching Jurassic Park on the projector screen.
Oh my God, what does it mean?
Yeah, what does it mean? And then the classroom went on like a loop of some kind, and the roof opened up, and I fell out of the classroom and was in a jungle of some kind. But then I walked through the jungle enough, and I find that the jungle is just the back of the school. And so I jumped the fence to the front yard of the school, and like the school day is over, and people are outside waiting for their cars. And I'm walking along, and I look, and I see there's a ditch to the side. And in the ditch is the shell of a school bus. There are like no seats in it or anything. There's no seats. There's no real like steering wheel or equipment to it. It's just the outer shell and windows are still in there. So I look in one of the windows, see my reflection. I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming. I turn around, and it's really weird because like I turn around as the dream is fading away. And I'm like, oh no, I'm about to wake up. Like everything is turning white. I'm like, I'm about to wake up. I gotta do something with this power. So I just do like a really super long and big jump. And then like, it's like a light switch. Everything just turns to black. And then I open my eyes and I wake up. And then the last one, similarly, well, not similarly to the setup, but it ends similarly. But it's like my sister had borrowed something of mine, so I go into her room looking for it, and I'm like, okay, well I can't. Jeez, I'm doing bad on this level. I can't see it anywhere. I can't find it anywhere. So why don't I look under her bed? So I bend over and I look under her bed, and then I pop back up. And my face is in front of the mirror, same situation. I'm like, oh. But then, this time, my shock and realization that I'm in a dream is met with an explosion that happens right in front of me. Right after, like one of the drawers explodes, and I fly backwards, and as I'm flying backwards, the room starts like increasing in length. So I'm like, I'm flying backwards for like 5 seconds, and then I land on the bed. And I get up and I'm lucid, but again, the dream is fading away. So like I can control myself, and I'm aware that I'm in a dream, and I'm like in control of my actions. So I start like, I'm like, oh God, no, I have to keep this, like I have to keep this going. So like everything is like fading to white, and I'm like desperately doing like dream stabilization techniques. Like I'm like trying to like rub my hands together and stuff to like reground myself in the dream. But then it gets to the point where like it just overwhelmingly fades to like a foggy white, and then again like a light switch just pops to black, and then I'm awake and fades in the audio of the TV playing because I was sleeping on my living room couch. But yeah. That was wild. Wild times.
Yeah, there were like, it's so validating to me to like hear someone else with like basically the same experience that I had, and like it's beyond just like the dreams themselves and the nature of like the impermanence of that, like that last second tease of validity. You're gonna want to bounce on that little trampoline to your left.
This one?
Yeah, and go up on the top level there. And there's one to your left right now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was like, wait, where is it?
Excuse me. But yeah, the this one's
Is that a ghost? What am I looking at? You gotta take this money and go to Vegas? Yeah. Is that a ghost?
I thought I was not recording, and then I was. I am. But my heart, like, my heart went to Miami.
Okay, I will say, while it is good to have your own audio, even if that were to happen, we do have a backup. I have a backup track recording of your audio through OBS right now, so.
An utter professional, and I could not be more proud to work alongside you.
Oh.
So,
anyway.
Yeah, no, but, like, the other thing is, like, and to get, like, a mite real, oh, you're gonna watch out for those bomb chickens.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Ooh.
They're rascally, aren't they?
They are. You can hop up on top of those little little buckets to get away from them.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
And they will blow up on their own if they run out of fuse.
Gotcha. All right, so just
yes,
just get away.
Yeah, just
cool. Just don't want to be next to him.
Yes. So no, but the other thing is, like, I've heard you do this, and, like, I have the same thing of, like, when I tell people about this dream, I have this, like, dismissive tone in my voice when I'm like, you know, I had a dream where, you know, I was a girl, and, like,
yeah.
But, like, at the same time, it's like, I don't think there's any more valid experience that we could be expressing than, like, I had a dream where my, one utmost desire through my whole life came true.
Yeah, because it's like, it's weird that, it's, like, embarrassing to say.
It's embarrassing how, like, important it was, you know, for me. Is, like, because, like, that was the absolute closest I could get to it. And, whew, God, those explosions.
They're wild.
But, like,
it drops the frame rate down to 6.
Yeah, right. Hachi machi.
So close.
No matter how far. Whoop. Hey.
Oh, come on,
you got this. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Come on. Okay.
Oh!
Woo! First try.
Is that a ghost? What am I looking at?
My favorite underrated joke from.
That's I laugh at it every single time.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I appreciate this conversation. This was healing and validating and good all around. And I hope that if there's anyone out there in YouTube land that has been
just
getting
know
anything from this,
don't fall into the swamp.
Don't fall into the swamp, and you're not alone.
You're not alone.
And now, if you jump onto there, you can
take me home.
You can get down into the center part there. Oh, he'll tell you.
Sly, I'm here to state the obvious. Sly, I'm the turtle walkthrough of Sly Cooper.
Yeah. And now you ride on a manhole cover on a cloud of swamp gas into a crocodile's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
But yeah, what were you saying?
I was just agreeing with you. It's been a very interesting conversation to have this far removed from those days of my life, but also not really in a way, you know, like it's interesting.
Like, it's still very much me, and I still have those feelings, but like at the same time, like I can have, you know, as much as my dysphoria will allow me, moments where I look in the mirror and do see who I want to see looking back, and like that's a really crazy cool thing.
Well, and also like we're in positions now where we can take like tangible steps toward that kind of thing, instead of just like being a kid kind of trapped in dependency and like not really having that option. Obviously varying degrees for different people, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a very different environment to be in. So you don't really like, it's nice, but you don't really like need that kind of intense escapism. There's always value in escapism, but like to that degree, it becomes less of a priority, and it becomes more about like, okay, how can I make this happen?
But then like that thing that Snapchat filter comes around, right?
Right, and it's like everybody's in on it.
Everybody's in on it, and like I avoid those things like the plague. Like,
Yep.
I remember there was an app a while ago that did something similar to this, and it was like supposed to make you look prettier or
I think it was
handsomer.
Face App. Yeah.
Yeah, and it had like a feature on it that was like, what would you look like as a girl and what would you look like as a boy? And it would just like slap stock photo picture like assets of a beard on you.
Right.
But this Snapchat one came out and I just see it all over Twitter, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to have a heaping teaspoon of fucking dysphoria today.
Yeah.
Please no.
I'm sure I'd love looking at it in the moment, but then when I turn it off,
Yeah.
not
And
gonna
I'm just
like
left
that.
alone with reality for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like, it's either one of two things happens. Either I look at the female version of myself and I'm like, oh, that I can't ever look that pretty and blah, blah, blah. Or I look at the male version of myself and have an existential horror befall me of like, this is what I could have become. Like,